steps that unlocks the door to showing the world your very best side. It's a simple yet profound idea that has the power to change your life. You see, there was once a person, much like anyone here, who stared into the face of the impossible. Where others saw barriers, they saw a challenge. When told it can't be done, they simply replied, "Watch me." This wasn't a person of extraordinary means or abilities. No, their power came from something within, a steadfast belief in their ability to overcome, to achieve, to transcend the ordinary. This belief was the engine of their will, propelling them to achieve what was once thought impossible. Now pause for a moment and consider this. What could you achieve if you truly believed you were unstoppable? It's a thought-provoking question, isn't it? The power of belief is not just a motivational idea. It's a fundamental principle of success. It's the foundation upon which all great achievements are built. You see, belief in oneself is the catalyst for action, for pushing.
Woo! Good morning, dreamers. Happy Friday. TGIF, the growth includes Friday. I had to start off the day with a little bit of Jim to go ahead and kick it off and get it going. Such amazing truth right there. And it ties perfectly into what it is that we're going to be diving into for today's topic. So everybody, I see you in here. Dream team, let's go. Cedric, Johnny in the building. It's good to see you. Deanne, let's go. Love it, love it. So today, fam, I'm going to be talking about a topic. It's short and sweet. As usual, we're going to be in and out of here. But this one is so powerful if you can be able to understand it, right? There's an individual by Emerson who talks about the hardest thing that we'll ever do. And today, we're going to go ahead and dive into that topic. So before we go ahead and get into it, let's see a little bit of gratitude. How's everybody feeling for the Friday? What are the vibrations looking like? What is your word for today? Go ahead and drop it down below and let me see it. Let's get live on Instagram. This is going to be a topic. They're going to want to catch this one. The hardest thing that we will do. Woo, great topic. I love this one. Awesome. IG is here. It's so good to see you, fam. So good to be alive. So grateful to be on here with each and every one of you. Grateful. It is Friday. It is payday. Yes, you already know we are getting paid. We got our Kangen for this morning. We got some withdrawals. We just had some kachings early morning as well. Love to see it. The fam kachings are popping off in the chat. We've got new Rankos. We've got P2000s that just dropped. We've got Arizona coming up in a couple of days. A lot of amazing things are here and on the way. Susan, it's good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Love it. Love it. A lot to be grateful for. A lot of incredible things are on the way. So today I want to talk about the idea of the hardest thing that we'll ever do. And here's what it comes down to. Emerson said the hardest thing is being able to hold. JoJo in the building. Happy Friday. The hardest thing for us is be able to hold a sustained thought for a long enough period of time to go ahead and allow that thing to be able to manifest. Think about it. How many individuals do we know that are distracted every single day, whether that be with social media, the news, family problems, right? The gossip and drama that's going on at work, right? All these different types of scenarios are happening from different angles. And this is why so many of us, it's hard to create living in fear. It's hard to create living in lack. It's hard to create being around a community that's not very conducive to growth. That's why a lot of individuals, I see it happen all the time. They step into entrepreneurship and they kind of step back out saying, man, that was tough. I'm not used to having people tell me this isn't going to work. I'm not going to be able to make things happen. And this is also the same reason why if it was easy, everybody would do it. It's not easy to be able to sustain the thought, the goal, and the vision when even our world is not manifesting how we'd like it to. Here I think about even for me. In 2015, 2016, I was getting out of college, living out of my car in debt, and I'm learning about success. I'm learning about manifesting. I'm learning about being able to get around a whole new community. But everything around me was negative. Everything. None of my friends could see what I saw. I'm eating McDonald's. I'm showering in LA Fitnesses. I was at a very low, and then my sister passed. I was at so many things happening at one time. But I understood studying from like Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins was the first influencer that I started really getting serious with studying. And I started to notice that his mom was an alcoholic. He went through some crazy trials and tribulations growing up. Shane and Talina, happy Friday. It's good to see it. So if individuals like that were able to go ahead and make it out, think about Les Brown, right? I don't know if you guys know about Les Brown's story, but he was so adamant about being able to become a speaker, being able to go ahead and share his voice, that he started going into the radio station and he started asking for a job every single day. Ask for a job, no. Ask for a job, got denied. Ask for a job, got denied. And finally, after weeks of persistently going in, he finally got to the manager. And the manager says, all right, I'm sick of seeing your face. We're not hiring, but go ahead and give me a cup of coffee. Les Brown's like, yes, sir, absolutely, I'm on it. And he goes and gives him his coffee. And that's how we started getting the job, from going to a janitor to actually working behind the couple people speaking. And guess what? There's one day that one of the main speakers didn't show up. And Les Brown's like, I'm here. Put me in, coach. I've been practicing for this my whole life. He puts him on and he literally shines. And that's what opened the door to Les Brown to be one of the greatest motivational speakers today. The Mr. Butterball story, the Butterball, right? You know what they said about Les Brown? He was labeled mentally retarded when he was younger. That's literally what they said. And he ended up becoming one of the highest, best paying motivational speakers to ever live. So it just goes to show all of us have storms. Jim Rohn says it too. He says all of us have storms, but the beauty is, who can direct their sails to allow these storms, allow these winds to propel us in the right direction? Same thing goes with our thoughts. How can we change our thoughts to whatever is happening? It seems like it's happening to us right now, but in reality, it's happening for us. All of these things are leading into the amazing abundance that's here and that's on the way, right? I believe that. The lessons that I learned in February, growing through that whole month for me, I can tell you guys wholeheartedly, I cried every single day the month of February, without a doubt. Cried every single day. I had some serious negative thoughts creep in, just like anybody else. I'm human, I'm normal, but it was in that time that I noticed so many powerful things. The power of creating this unbreakable connection with your creator, the power of believing, the power of having faith, the power of really holding a sustained thought. Through all of the mist that was going on, every day I was still singing, I'm going to find her. We're going to figure this out. We're going to get through this. No matter what was happening, I was still able to go back and tap into that. Yes, the negative thoughts creep in just like all of us, but this is how the journey works. Today, you're probably going to see things on social media that's going to try and dimmer your vibration. It's going to try and dimmer our frequency. There's going to be conversations, I promise you, conversations that are going to be distracting, talking about the news, talking about drama, talking about everything that's going wrong in somebody's life. But you see, we have the ability to, number one, be a rock in a storm. Just because somebody else has negative problems does not mean that their negativity has to run down their leg, run across the floor, and run back up you. Drop a 5 if you guys are empathetic people. If you can feel other individuals' emotions. I'm definitely that type of person, right? When it comes to the yellow, I'm definitely on that yellow side. I'm a big feeler. So I can feel things too. But even though, think about it, the people that want to save the whales, the people that want to do all these amazing things, we can't make a huge change in one day. But like Mahatma Gandhi says, we can be the change that we want to see. And that's the beauty of life. So with everything that's going on, to be able to hold the vision, hold the focus, there's nothing that's harder than that. Nothing. Because all of us are going to experience Inside Thinking Grow Rich, it has 6 main fears for the average person. The average person has 6 fears. I'll give you a couple of them. Death, the fear of death, the fear of poverty, the fear of illness and sickness, right? All of these things are meant to be the main distractors for every single human being that's walking. But for those that are able to go ahead and stay grounded during all of these moments, why do you think we journal every day? Why do you think we're reading why do you think we're journaling for 600? Think about this. For 600 plus days straight. Why are we doing this? 610. Why are we going through these days, right? The whole point is because we're getting ready for the character building days. All this unpersonal development, showing up, taking up. This is not for the sunshine. This is for the days that are coming. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but let me be the one to wake you up real quick on a Friday. I'd be a bad mentor if I didn't tell you this. We are living. Why? Because we're legends. Yes, absolutely. I don't know if you guys know this or not. Who else is doing this? Think about that. Who else is doing this? We're living in a silent depression right now. You guys might not know it, but I'm going to be the one to tell you. We're not living in a recession. You see, it's a lot deeper than that. We're living in a silent depression. How do I know this? When you're able to start looking at charts, you can start understanding what's going on in the world. You see, charts will always tell us what's going on in the world long before the media. I'll give you a couple examples. Go look at gold. Watch this. Wake up right here. I'm going to give you guys so much sauce right here. I didn't even plan to speak about this, but God is just coming to and through me right now. Do you know why gold is at an all-time high? Do you know what happens historically when gold hits an all-time high? Do you know what happens historically when some of the biggest investors pull a big chunk of their money out of the stock market? Historically, when gold hits all-time highs, guess what's getting ready to happen? Anybody have a guess? War. Jerry in the building, my man. Susan, Britt, Logan. Let's go. It's good to see you, fam. So, if you guys haven't seen the movie Leave the World Behind, I highly suggest to take some time this weekend, watch that movie, and then you'll really get an idea of exactly what I'm saying. The government is doing everything they can so the average individual like you and I doesn't think clear, doesn't tap into our higher faculties, like creativity, like imagination, like will. All of these things they don't want us to have access to. Why do you think in school they've never changed the textbook in the past 50, 60 years? Because they even said it. School was not meant to make individuals wealthy and rich. You see, school was created to create workers. School was not built for anybody to become wealthy or rich. Why? Because they don't want us to think for ourselves, and they don't want us to have sustained thought long enough to manifest all of this abundance. So all of the information from that we hear every day, these are literally the secret hacks to life. Journaling. I didn't make this up. I'm just following what the 1% are doing. How are they able to hold that sustained thought every single day throughout all of the madness that goes on in life? From the 50s to the 30s, think about Thomas Edison, individuals that were born 70 years ago, way back. How did they do it? They know the secret hacks. Grounding, journaling, meditating, reading, getting around a like-minded community. All of these hacks, all of these tools are exactly how it is that they're keeping the sustained period of thought long enough to manifest the greatness. You see, I've heard so many testimonies inside of this chat. Jojo's been able to buy a brand new house, buy her own house, buy the dream car. Shane's been able to tap into the dream car, right? Amazing testimonies right here. Johnny with music, lovely, right? Making moves, manifesting more income. Cedric, getting more jobs out in Vegas to go ahead and make it happen and do whatever it takes. You see, what you guys did is you held the sustained thought long enough to allow that to manifest. You might not have known it consciously, but this is what happened. This is how it manifested. So to know this and to apply it, that is a whole different level. So fam, that's my training for today. So I can get back to absolutely. Super short and sweet, but I wanted to just go ahead and put this back on the surface of your mind. Let it sit on the top, and let's go ahead and tap into that greatness. I believe it does none of us any right to play small, to dim our lights, to worry about what everybody thinks, because we all have talent, skills, and abilities that the world is waiting to see. So I love you, fam. Have a phenomenal Friday. Anything you need, we're here for you every step of the way. I'm telling you, right, this whole couple months getting into the summer, we are locked in, tunnel vision, focus, because we've got some goals to hit by 2024. So if you guys are ready, drop some 4s down below for yourself. Drop some 4s down below for all of the abundance, all of the blessings that are here and on the way, because this is just the beginning. And remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. I love you, fam. Let's go out and turn these dreams into reality. See you tonight. Let's grow.